Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video, and the time has come for me to share with you guys my top 10 favorite spring fragrances for 2017, so stay tuned. Now, spring might not necessarily be my favorite season, but there are a lot of fragrances out there that have citrus and aquatic nuances and florals and just a plethora of other really great notes that I am in love with. So I'm so excited to bring you guys this list. This is my list. It's a personal list. These are fragrances that I have in my collection. So if you don't see one here, it's either because I don't own it or just because I didn't care for it too much this time around. But these are all fragrances that I absolutely love. And you know what, guys? Depending on how I get out of bed or depending on the day, I could be totally in the mood for a different scent. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start things off, and we'll start it with my number 10. My number 10, I actually have to give a shout out to Roger. You know who you are. He actually sent me a package a while ago, and I discovered this fragrance for the first time via sampling the sample that he sent me. And it's by L'Artisan Parfumeur, and it's called Seville l'Aube. This one is an orange blossom scent composed by Bertrand Duchaufour, who is one of my favorites. This is going to be one of two fragrances composed by him that are in this list. This is great, it's bright, it's uplifting, it's citrusy, and it has a lot of that orange blossom nuance, but it is a little bit floral, so I would caution people against blind buying. Always sample first. And by the way, if you are looking for places to buy these fragrances, all of the links are going to be down below. The next one on this list is a new one, and I absolutely love it. This is a 2016 release, and this company never ceases to amaze me. This one by Carner, Barcelona, is called Rose and Dragon. Imagine a very watery type of rose note, but it's thick at the same time, and it has a really nice note of saffron. It's spicy, but it doesn't have that sort of BO quality that people talk about when you hear about Rose 31 or other fragrances of the like. This one, on the other hand, is amazing. Definitely recommend you go ahead and check it out. The next one on this list is, here's the thing, I would love walking in, and this is something that I've done all the time. I would walk into a perfume store in Manhattan, whether it be Min New York or Edes de Venustas or Oswald, and any store that carries Healy. And there are two fragrances that I love to layer, Montfresh and Oranges and Lemons. And this is the effect that I get when I layer those two fragrances. Somebody has done it. It's a citrusy fragrance that is minty at the same time. This one by The Gate Fragrances is called First Sight. I love this scent. It smells like minty lemonade. The next scent on this list is one that I recently discovered. I've been absolutely in love with it. This is more about the sweet resinous and woodsy nuances, but there's a transparent quality about it that it's not overt and it's not domineering and too powerful. This one by Edward Bess is called Spanish Veil. Definitely recommend you guys check it out. Fantastic scent. And then getting into this one scent in particular, this scent was recently sent to me for review, and I have been sampling it a lot recently, and it actually reminds me of a more, I dare say, transparent and slightly sweeter version of Terre d'Hermès by Hermès. And this one is by the company Beauvant Paris, and it's called Leif. Excellent scent. Citrus, refined, woodsy, all of it, you name it. It has all those qualities to it. And this one is no stranger to my top list. I have mentioned this time and time again. This is the second fragrance composed by Bertrand Duchaufour that is in this list. And this one by the company Eau d'Italie, Water of Italy, is called Jardin du Poete. The name translates to the Poet's Garden. This smells like, I don't know, 70% cucumber, 20% mint, and 10% rose. So it's a fantastic scent, very sort of green and vegetal, and it really puts me in the mindset of spring. And then we're getting close to my number one, but we're not there yet. This one I discovered maybe a couple years ago, and the first time I smelled it, it immediately had a nostalgic feel. It has a lot of thyme in here, so it has a culinary nuance, and I think it's the presence of the spices and the herbal notes that make it sort of evocative of the springtime. And this one by Mendito Rosa is called Alpha. Fantastic bottle, really great presentation. Definitely check out their other fragrances too. They all have really nice presentations to them. All right, this is number 3 on this list. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. I will go ahead and predict that this fragrance will even make it to my top 10 summer fragrances list. That's how much I love it. I have 2 bottles of it, and this one I put a serious dent in. This one by the house of Atelier Cologne. It's called Musc Imperial. A lot of people talk about this smelling similar to a Ventus, and it has that same sort of bright, fresh, faux pineapple smell. This one actually has fig leaf in it. It's very creamy, it's bright, it's citrusy, incredibly versatile, and it's a high compliment getter too. One of my favorites, just puts me in a really positive mindset every time I wear it. This next one is another recent acquisition of mine. This is all about the coconut. And there are a lot of notes in here. There are some woodsy nuances and some resins, but it has that coconut note in it that I absolutely love. And this one, number 2 on my list by DS and Durga, is called Radio Bombay. Let's go ahead and get into it. My number 1 favorite fragrance for the spring of 2017. This is the king of spring. If somebody makes a top 10 list without including this fragrance, they probably have some really awesome fragrances in their list, like super, super high end. And as high end as this list may come off, there's this one fragrance that is tried and true. It's a classic, it's a staple, it will never steer you wrong. This is the king of spring, GIT, Green Irish Tweed by the company Tweed. Lemon verbena, violet, cool water times 10, definitely more natural version of cool water, let's call it that, but the 2 are no comparison. You really have to try this one for yourself. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was my top 10 favorite fragrances for the spring of 2017. If you own or have tried any of these fragrances, I'd be really interested to know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, if there's a fragrance in here that you're curious in learning more about, also let me know in the comment section. I always love to hear from you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe for future videos, and don't forget to enable notifications. Remember, I smell well so you can smell good. We'll see you in the next episode. Take care.